Hey, it's Chris Westfall here in the last night that we are in Lucerne, Switzerland. As you can see, that's Mount Pilatus right there, where we went yesterday all the way to the top. Well, Nicole went all the way to the top. I went to the tram and watched her as she climbed the rest of the peak. Kind of a nice background to end our final night in Switzerland. And I just wanted to share a couple of thoughts with you. Tonight Nicole and I were in the restaurant downstairs. Who are we kidding? It was the bar, and we're having some dessert and some food and the drinks there, and they're playing all this American classic music, which was really funny, like the Beach Boys, and they're playing YMCA and all this funny American classic music that we grew up with, like Foreigner and all the rest. And it's just amazing how much our impact as Americans have had. Let me move over here a little bit so you can see the mountain. On this part of the world, on the entire world. Today we saw Ford Mustangs everywhere. We saw Harley Davidson motorcycles a lot, as well as Porsches and Maseratis and mostly BMWs and Audis. But it's really neat to see the impact of American culture, and I just want to talk about what got us here, because if you like to see different parts of the world, this is a great business that can help you do exactly that. And I say that because as we're sitting there tonight and we're looking out the window and seeing this last beautiful sunset as the sun goes down over Lucerne and Lake Lucerne that's out there, it just reminded me of where I came from. You know, was it 10 years ago? 2008. Almost 10 years ago. I was working as a police officer, making the most I'd made in 1 year was $75,000, and that's after working overtime every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, every special detail, working the fair, trying to catch, shoplifters at the fair on a weekend, extra detail. Everything I could possibly do, and yet the most I earned that year was $75,000 in the entire year. And if it were not for a set of catastrophic events that led me to get out of that lifestyle of being a police officer and getting into working for myself, which I always had wanted to do, then we would not be making more than that in a month. It's crazy. So the lifestyle change had to do with change that was not comfortable at the time, but we had to go through that change, and it was the right time for us to break into a whole new business, which is what brings me to the point tonight. And here it is 9 p.m. I guess it's 3 p.m. in the afternoon still, back in the Eastern time zone in the States. And I just wanted to talk for a second about scalability, and that is the key, I believe, and what allows you to have a remote lifestyle. And it is losing the connection from the Wi-Fi in the hotel. I hope it gets it back. But anyway, it's just the ability to work remotely, which you can't do if you're going to see people in person. I mean, even if you're doing stock trading, and this is the point in the live video. I swear I'm going to turn the camera around right now as my wife's trying to get me to laugh and get my attention. But no matter how fancy your career is, if you're working for somebody else and you're doing oh boy, you're doing things that require you to be present all the time, and you can never take time off or work remotely or log in or talk to clients over the phone. Or now we have this thing called the internet, and I can reach out and talk to a client. I could take 1 hour a day, reach out and have meaningful conversations with about 10 or 15 different people, and then go right back in my day enjoying this kind of lifestyle. It's really incredible. And I don't really know of many other businesses where you could do that. You can have a team of people to help facilitate a remote lifestyle, where if you have really good quality people that you can trust, then they're running the operation so that your input can be still effective, but effective by having shifted into fifth gear. And that is by you can have all that stuff done for you back home, and your input can only be like navigating the ship, fixing problems where they are, and making it all work. So I'm just really blessed that we've gotten to that point now where we have that team that can make that happen. And if you're still doing like I started doing, law enforcement, God forbid, I hope not. There are plenty of young people who want to do that job and would do it for literally no pay, which is what they do. So they can have it. The young generation, you've earned it, you want it, go for it, chase the bad guys and See if you can make an impact in the world, because I sure didn't in 10 years of being at the sheriff's office and the years doing it as a city police officer before that. No real big impact was made in the world by me getting a bad guy or two off the street. Didn't make any difference at all. But we're making a lot of difference right now in the lives of a lot of people by helping to put them, once they've made the choice and make the decision, onto a pathway where they can provide for their family, provide for their church, their organization, their nonprofit, take care of people. And it's just the small things like being able to tip people where they freak out when you tip them so much that they had no idea that, it's like the craziest thing that they've ever seen. Doing stuff like that and being able to bless people who really deserve it because you don't have to worry about it is a huge, huge positive thing in our life. And I know that when Nicole and I leave somewhere and we had an awesome server, no matter where it was, and we're able to give them a tip that just like kind of blows them away, we both have such a great feeling about that whole experience, because great things can be rewarded rather than walk away going, man, I wish I could have tipped them more, but we have to wait till we get paid again. That's kind of frustrating. So I just want to encourage you, if you're not yet on this pathway, and it doesn't matter if you're doing helping seniors by phone over Medicare, but if whatever it is that you're doing in your business, I wish for you these things. One, that you can do it remotely, and it does not require your physical presence to be there to facilitate your lifestyle and your income. That's number one. And two, that whatever business it is that you chose to do can be scalable, and that is that you can get extra administrative help to help you run your business so that you're not doing it all on your own. See, when I first started in insurance, I was doing life insurance, and I was doing it in person. And when I was doing that, oh, cool, thanks, Kim. When I was doing life insurance in person, I had to set my own appointments. I had to run my own appointments, had to go into people's houses, and I had to drive to get there. Well, none of that is scalable, first of all. None of that can be done remotely. And I can't get an admin team to do much more than just help me set those appointments. That's it. I still have to run them, pitch them, close them, write them, submit them, get them underwritten, and then finally get paid on it. And I have to do the same thing tomorrow, or else I lose income. There's no residual aspect of it. So the third and final key point, I believe, is a business where once you do it once, you get paid residual income. So first of all, being able to do your business remotely, that's key. Second of all, being able to grow that business to scale by having other people help you build that business and scale it out more than just you. And third and foremost, I believe, the ability to make residual income that's getting paid every single month over doing the exact same thing that you only did one time. You acquire that customer, you have that customer for life. So I'm just blessed and happy that we came into this business and this lifestyle where we can sell a person one time and continually reap the benefits of enjoying that relationship for the rest of their lives, hopefully for the rest of ours. And the referrals keep coming, the residuals keep coming as a part of that. We can grow our team to expand our reach throughout the country. There's over 50 million people on Medicare right now, more than 10,000 a day, turning 65 and needing the help of an agent. More agents than ever in history are retiring and leaving the business right now, so the opportunity is huge. It's just the perfect storm to have those three key things. And I think this is one of the best businesses that fits that. So work remotely, build a team to help you do what you're doing. Don't just think about this as just your own little building yourself a job. Think bigger than that. Think team that helps run things when you're not physically there every day. Because it does not just have to be you. And when you bite the bullet and you go through the pain to bring on a team, and then you shift into second gear because you have people helping you qualify people, you have people helping you market your products and your services, then things start to shift into big high gear. And then third, make sure you're not building just a tiny little boat that'll feed you for today, but you're building a ship that'll feed you, your family, and everybody you care about and love about, and the charities that you want to support for a lifetime. And that is building your business solely on residual income. I wish that for everybody. I can't tell you how many relatives we've tried to help to get into this business for that very reason, so that they can support their families too. People who've been struggling that I know, friends and family. People who don't know where to turn when life hits them from out of the blue and they have a career change that they did not expect. But yeah, it doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't have to be this method of doing business, but I sure do wish that all of my relatives and all my friends that I grew up with could have come the same path as me. But you know how many have? Maybe one or two. You know, they always said this, the parable in Jesus' time, that Jesus was not accepted in his own hometown. And a prophet, it says in the Bible, a prophet's never accepted in his own hometown. He has to go out so that strangers will finally listen to them. And such is the case in my life. My family suffered through all kinds of stress and trials and tribulations with money, people losing jobs, people being relocated against their will because they have to follow another JOB, which stands for just over broke. And I just wish that they could have come along with us on this journey so that we could have learned it together, but that didn't happen, so that we could have enjoyed it together. And that's the part that disappoints me the most, is that they didn't listen and come with me on this journey. But I hope that you will. And if you're already with me on this journey, I'm glad that you are. I'm excited the fact that we get to share ideas. Let me just bring you up to date on where we've been. We were in Amsterdam last week. We're in Switzerland this week. We leave tomorrow for the Etna trip in Berlin. Now, Amsterdam and Switzerland were my wife's idea. That's her trip. So that was all on our own. We just explored everything together. But starting tomorrow is the Berlin trip with Etna, AB, and we're going to be staying at the famous hotel where Michael Jackson dangled his baby over the balcony like an idiot, right next to the Brandenburg Gate. Going to be some awesome time there. And again, just like the Mutual of Omaha trip 3 weeks ago, or 4 weeks ago now. It's been running nonstop ever since, but in Laguna Beach, California on the Mutual Awards trip, we got to rub shoulders with the top producers there and learn things and share things with them and talk to industry insiders about Medicare and what's going to happen there. Then we went from Laguna Beach to Dallas, where we went to the Medicare Supplement Conference. Met a lot of producers there, lots of new companies and new products coming out that are very, very exciting. Then last week and this week, and then next week in Berlin. Lots of good stuff to be bringing to you as we kind of boil things down and make them into actionable steps. I can tell you this, the Medicare business has never been stronger. The opportunities have never been bigger. That's awesome, Skylar. And Medicare supplements are not going anywhere. That's the biggest takeaway I took away from the Dallas Medicare Supplement Conference. People going to Washington and coming back and reporting about their meetings with the senators and the congressmen and the legislative affairs people. Our business is not going anywhere. It's just getting a bigger and bigger opportunity. So you're in the right place at the right time, and if I can help you, please reach out to me. My website's called MedicareAgentTraining.com, because when I was 5 years old, I thought I could change the world and help everybody. And so when I got into Medicare supplements and I figured out you could do this stuff over the phone, there are only 3 people in the industry I knew of that were doing it. And so I figured, well, maybe there are other agents that want to work remotely like me. And now it's pretty awesome. Glad we did. So reporting live from Lucerne, Switzerland, as the sun has gone to just about nothing. Behind me, looking over Lake Lucerne, way up on Mount Pilatus, you can see Lucerne in the background. I wish you all the best. I wish you great success in your business, and I will be reporting later in the week from Berlin. Until then, take care and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.